Thank you for joining us for this episode of This is Getting Old, Moving Towards an Age-Friendly World. This 10-part series is sponsored by AARP's Community Challenge Grant and George Washington University's University Seminar Series, and is brought to you by Melissa B., PhD, in collaboration with GW Center for Aging, Health, and Humanities. Welcome to This is Getting Old, Moving Towards an Age-Friendly World. I'm your host, Melissa Batchelor, and today I'm going to be sharing a recent initiative that I've been working on with some colleagues called the AARP Age-Friendly Social Innovation Challenge. This is part one, and this is an overview of some of the work that we've been doing recently. This 10-part series is related to several regional events that we've held at GW's Center for Aging, and we're going to explore the process we've used and the a number of outcomes that we've had with our collaborative projects with 5 regional age-friendly municipalities and our multi-sector partners. So if you're not familiar with age-friendly cities and communities, this actually started in 2007 by the World Health Organization. And then in 2012, AARP became the independent affiliate organization for the United States. And then they established AARP's network of age-friendly states and communities. So there are 6 principles for a livable community. These include issues like affordability, equitable access, quality and choice, accessibility and the ability to age in place, health, safety, and environmental sustainability, as well as holistic policymaking. And that's where these initiatives come in. Holistic policymaking is where all communities should seek to improve the interconnectedness for issues related to health, wellness, safety, work, education, environment, and social engagement. And that's really what we've been trying to do over the past couple of years with our multi-sector partners and our 5 age-friendly municipality partners. So back in 2019, I was working at that time just with AgeFriendly DC, and we got together and put on a seminar series where we were talking about what the priorities needed to be for AgeFriendly DC. And after that, we had a university seminar series grant funded to host the 2021 Age-Friendly Ecosystem Summit. So the goal of this summit that was held in May of 2021 was really just to raise awareness about all the different age-friendly initiatives. Each age-friendly municipality has up to 12 domains that they create an action plan around. So these are things like housing, transportation, outdoor spaces and buildings, health services, and community supports. And so that was, a lot of that work was already in progress when some other age-friendly initiatives have come up. So things like the age-friendly health system, age-friendly public health, age-friendly universities, age-friendly businesses and employers. And here at GW, we added the age-friendly arts and creativity to kind of our ecosystem. So there's been work around creating an age-friendly ecosystem globally, and then we were the first to host this regional summit, and that's really what I'm going to share with you today. So for this event, I pre-recorded several podcasts, which are available on my website and here on my YouTube channel, where I spoke with national age-friendly policy leaders. And so those are free, they're available to the public. You're welcome to check those out. And then for this particular event, it was held over 2 days. And on the first day, we had regional leaders present from the DC metropolitan area about work that they were doing around the different domains. And then on day 2, the age-friendly municipalities presented their best practices. So what this resulted in is things, programs that were going on at Age-Friendly Hyattsville around emergency preparedness and resilience are now being replicated in Alexandria. Some of the housing initiatives that were happening in Montgomery County are now being replicated in DC. So typically age-friendly cities work in silos. And so this was the first time that we brought 5 different cities in the region together with hoping that there would be some of this cross collaboration. And so for the 2021 Age-Friendly Ecosystem Summit, we did record 13 different podcasts, and those are listed here. And we will hyperlink these into the blog that's available on my website, melissabphd.com, for this particular episode. So building on the Age-Friendly Ecosystem Summit, we then in October of 2021 had an AARP Community Challenge grant funded. And so that's what this 10-part series is being brought to you by from the AARP grant, but it's also another GW University Seminar Series grant. So for this particular initiative, we continue to work with our 5 Age-Friendly partners, but we also added another center at GW, the GW Honey Nashman Center for Civic Engagement and Public Service, and also began to collaborate with Georgetown University's Aging and Health program with Dr. Pamela Saunders. So for the Social Innovation Challenge, we had the event where we had raised awareness, but then we wanted to host an event where we could create actionable plans around each of the age-friendly domains. So the goal of this project was to bring together diverse intergenerational groups of participants to create actionable strategies for how our communities could be more age-friendly. And then our second goal was to establish a website repository that's available on the GW Center for Aging's website. So for this event, we provided all of the Age-Friendly Ecosystem Summit materials to our participants. And we had a one-day event where the morning session was invitation only. And that was done strategically to make sure that each of the domains had equal representation for the design thinking process. And then in the afternoon, that was open to the public, and the ideas that were generated in the morning were shared in that afternoon session. So whereas most age-friendly cities and communities have the 12 domains that were listed on the slide earlier, we ended up having just 9 of those. And so for all 9 of those, we will be doing a podcast recording sharing the outcome of the morning design thinking process. So this is the first podcast, and there'll be 9 more that follow. And we're hoping that this is a project that other people will want to replicate. So if you have any questions, you can contact me at melissabphd@gmail.com or at gwu.edu, and would love to see how we could help you to possibly replicate this project. So with that, we'll move on to talking about the outcomes of the 9 domains from the Social Innovation Challenge. Thank you for joining us for this episode of This is Getting Old, Moving Towards an Age-Friendly World. This 10-part series is sponsored by AARP's Community Challenge Grant and George Washington University's University Seminar Series, and is brought to you by Melissa B., PhD, in collaboration with GW Center for Aging, Health, and Humanities.